PhD, and you're listening to the TyePod. Well, hi everybody. It's another edition of the TyePod, and it's three of us again. This is becoming a theme here lately, where we have three people talking at once, and I think the more the better. But I'm joined by John Calabrese and Donald Harms, and John is a caregiver. Donald has CP. We're going to talk a little bit about their backgrounds, how they got together and met, it's kind of like how that connection was played out, and go from there. So it's great to have both of you on.
We're fired up to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Just starting out, I like to start with, it's not really an icebreaker, but just kind of like, I don't know, something a little bit lighter side. So what would you say is like an anthem song? Do you have one that you have together that you like, or each one of you have?
We really like Eye of the Tiger. It motivates both of us. You know, you can't be unmotivated after listening to that song. You just want to
You can't go wrong with that one, can you?
Yeah, super motivational. It's just it fires both of us up. We laugh at it. We play it before we go to soccer program. Pretty much anything. It just fires us up.
Yeah, nice upbeat pace too. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like that. Cool. Well, that's good to know. So starting out, if you want to give a little bit of background, maybe on, like both of your stories, how you got to this point, just some highlights beginning, and then we'll dig deeper into some of the specifics too. That's all right.
Yeah, sure. So in 2017, I was running the Prince William half marathon here, and I knew nothing of like wheelchair racing or anything like that. I just I went towards the front because I had a certain time in mind and stuff like that. And I saw Donald and his dad there. I was like, "What's this all about?" So I went up to Donald. He was like all happy and smiling. I'm like, "Oh, this guy's super happy. He seems like a really nice guy." So the race starts, and they just take off. They're like they're beating everybody, and they end up getting an hour. I think like under an hour and a half, Donald. Yeah, I think a little under an hour and a half or something like that. They smoked the race, but I was so inspired by them. I was like, I want to learn more about this. So I researched Ainsley's Angels, the organization that Donald runs through, and I started pushing with them, and the wheelchair racing, and and eventually Donald and I became friends, and I became his caregiver. It was kind of through sports and running, and
That's really cool. I haven't heard of a caregiver connection quite like that before. That's really refreshing, because I'm so used to hearing of like the struggle of finding somebody through all the different avenues with insurance and everything. And then, depending on where you live, it's hard to get that perfect match. So the fact that you sort of became friends first and then that developed afterwards, it sounds like that's a really cool story there. So
and even something interesting too. I mean, I think even before the friendship, I was just I looked up to him, for doing so well in the race, and just kind of really respected Donald. So it was I think it was a really easy transition to that's the easy want to help somebody that's doing awesome in a race, or just somebody that inspires you. And this guy is a complete inspiration. You'll hear more throughout the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool. So Donald, what was your thoughts on that whole connection? However you want to share a little bit about that.
Do you want to try using communication advice? Let's do it. Like I said, it's good for a couple. He'll get the general meaning out.
Yeah.
Kind of curious what you're gonna say, Donald. Don't clown me, all right?
Greetings.
Donald and I we have a fun friendship. I mean, we're both real into sports. Yeah. He's hyper competitive. I kind of at times just to mess with him a little bit, or just just for the banter. But we talk a fair amount of trash to each other, just messing around, just how friends do.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a little bit of that, right? I don't think that's a friendship without some.
He's hyper competitive. That's definitely a bag of tricks. The trash talk.
Greetings.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this.
What's up?
What's up?
Greetings.
What's up? Yeah. What do you think about how we met, Doc? Do you want to share some thoughts? Do you echo kind of what I say? Okay, you can use the device if you want to. If you're not feeling it, that's fine too.
Greetings.
You want to say so, right?
Choose activity. More items. What's up? Hi.
Hi. Okay.
Nice.
All right, buddy. Here, you just kind of echo what I said on that topic. Okay, he agrees that kind of the same thing. He probably was really happy that he beat me on the race. Also, on top of that, he's like,
right. That's always going to be there, right?
Yeah, he's like, I can beat this guy in a race. I'll keep him around.
Yeah, that's really cool though. Still, I'm very into that, whole organic thing, the way it happens. Yeah. So, John, what was it like? Were you into caregiving before you met Donald, or is that something you thought about, or just
never? I was in the military. I did sales. I kind of bounced around jobs. I just, I wasn't really finding anything that really actually made me happy. Just kind of just kind of met the requirement for work, basically, benefits and stuff like that. But then like,
Yeah.
Once, Donald needed a caregiver and I started helping him, it's just, I don't think I'd want to go back to another job just because he's so cool to hang out with and stuff. We talk about sports, we do sports, yeah, we do a lot of the same stuff. But he's just a cool hang. Like going back to like a regular job after hanging out with Donald, I think it would be almost impossible.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, I think that's one of those one of a kind careers in a way, right? Where it's when you find that match and it just fits, it really doesn't matter like what path you took to get there. Like when you reach that point, you kind of realize that all that experience goes into it, regardless of like specific title or area, it seems like too. So what is, yeah.
I've been a caregiver for another guy also. I think I am, I definitely love being a caregiver. I don't know if I'm actually, Donald can probably speak to this more than I can, but like, I don't know if I'm actually like a good caregiver. I'm a good person to hang out with though. I'm fun. So like, I think the main thing is that Donald, I just really get along. And I've been told that's all I really need. That's all you really need to do to be able to be a caregiver. Just be able to like have, be a good hang, have fun. And
I mean, having that kind of patience and willingness to be open and understand what works the best too, is huge. Yeah, that kind of thing right there too. When you just kind of have that comfortability with handing him a drink too. Like I've had that as well, and it's a comfort thing, right?
Donald's nonverbal, but like I know exactly, like pretty much for the most part. He might disagree with this, but like I feel like I know a lot of what he's saying. Just like, and that's kind
just
of
like certain cues.
Yeah, with his signs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like it's
Do
kind
you
of
feel
fun.
like did it take you a while to kind of get used to that or understand? Yeah.
Definitely. Donald actually, like, you trained me pretty well, Donald, because like when I first was your caregiver, like I was probably like way more conscious and like nervous of doing stuff wrong, like just but yeah, Donald's really good at like telling you what he needs and stuff like that and helping you out. Yeah, I mean, he's a joy to work with. He's funny. Again, like sports. Yeah, we get along really well.
Yeah, I'm curious what kind of like adaptive technology or what kind of like adaptive solutions that have you worked together to kind of fix or figure out certain things, with the wheelchair or other technology along the way?
So I think the biggest challenge, this is interesting. So I think the biggest challenge we've had recently is just when he didn't have his chair for, again, it was about something like that. Yeah. So like, that was interesting because like Donald's very self-sufficient with the chair. And then when that's gone, like I felt really bad that he couldn't get around on his own. He's so happy to have that chair back today also. He can play sports and do everything, but like, just being able to, help. Donald's always like very motivated and he's a go-getter, but like without the chair, he was bummed out, and that's understandable. So like, I think the biggest challenge was just trying to like at times rile him up that chair's gonna be back soon, you don't have to worry, But I mean that's tough. I mean that's a lot to deal with, not being able to move around on your own and things of that nature. So yeah, it just I think that was our biggest challenge, which is interesting. This is the first time he has on the chair, so like it just happened recently. So
I was just going to ask that. Is that the first time you've been kind of without it for any long amount of time?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, couldn't play soccer, and it's interesting too, the stuff you realize how easy it is having a power chair. Like once it's gone, like opening doors, I mean, I got a good system that I can do it on my own if there wasn't anyone around to help, but just basic things. Like it's amazing. And also like, we're that much more thankful for having the chair now. It's, it makes his life a lot easier. It makes mine. And, it gives him a lot more happiness and joy being able to be self-sufficient.
Just that extra little bit of independence, is so big. And I feel like, I don't know if you had a loaner power chair, or was it a manual chair that you were using in place of that?
Oh, yeah. And he definitely got tired of my driving. So yeah, I'm happy to go around on his own.
Yeah. I mean, they're so specific now too. Like the design of the entire chair is, such a unique system for each individual. It's not like you can just, one day just switch over to another one and everything's fine. There's a lot more complexity there.
Well, if you look at like his chair, it's like completely custom to him. So like the other one down, remember the pillows and stuff? Yeah. So like we had to put like pillows and
positioning,
stuff,
right? Yeah.
I'm sure you saw some of the other pictures that we posted, but it was tough because it's hard to like get him exactly right in there because this is molded to him. So that was Donald. I know you didn't like that at all. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know if yours is the same brand. I have a Permobile, and so like I'm used to getting all the cushions and all the seating just right, to avoid all the pressure, like injuries.
That's the same brand as Donald's.
Yeah. So I definitely relate to what you're saying there, about being without it for that amount of time. Yeah, that's huge. What about on the sports side? Like, do you play and watch, or what is that experience for both of you?
So a lot of the times I'll just Don and I, like, we don't ever like really compete unless we're like, so like, if we're running a race, his dad pushes him. His dad's very fast, so like I
Yeah.
can't keep up with him. I wanted to try
Yeah.
to keep up with him this year, so I was training really hard, but I got injured unfortunately at a race that we're about to do in a week, the Marine Corps Marathon Historic Half.
Okay.
I think I can. I think I'm going to be healthy enough that I can run it, but there's no way I'm keeping up with those guys. But like,
Yeah.
that's the only time Don and I ever really compete is when we run together.
Yeah.
Which I probably will never beat them unless Michael gets injured or something. But
Yeah.
but running's the only time. But other than that, like with soccer, we more just like hang out and like I'll just kick him the ball and he'll do some fancy shots. Like today we were just messing around. I would try to kick the ball to a point where like it would get in the air a little bit and hit his cage and then go flying off. He was laughing.
Oh yeah, rebound or something.
That
yeah.
He was so happy to have his chair back today. He was like Daredevil all over the place. So I was you kind of got scared after a little while, man. He started like doing some like Daredevil stuff, but I got a little scared, but it was fun. You know, like I like seeing him like that out there, especially after not having the chair. It's really nice to see him that happy out there and just kind of like doing his own thing, you know.
Well, I got to know a little bit more too about that then. On your chair, like starting out, were you Daredevil like that, Don, or was that something that developed kind of later? Were you like, did you push the limits right away?
So he's always been a Daredevil. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you want to use this? Okay, here you go. I'll give a story real quick while he's getting ready.
Yeah.
One time, this is when I knew he was for real, like with the Daredevil stuff. We were at a pickleball court playing power soccer, and he hit this divot just right or wrong, however you want to say it, and he flipped his chair, and he wanted to keep playing after that. I was like, dude, you flipped your chair. You know, you probably should just take the rest of the day off, relax. And he was just looking at me like, I'm not doing that. I want to play. I still want to play.
Let's keep going. Yeah.
He's got so much love for soccer. It doesn't matter how hurt he gets, he'll still want to play.
Yeah, I get that.
Row 7.
So do you go to like any sporting events or anything too together and like live sports?
We do a Washington Nationals game through his day program.
Block 3.
That was awesome. Like, so Dal and I, we really love food. So like, if sporting events, stuff like that, we love watching sports and eating food. That's a big that's a big aim for both of us.
I get that. I definitely get that.
I'd love to go to a soccer game with Dal. That's one thing we haven't done yet. Do that. He loves watching soccer. He loves seeing goals. But yeah, one thing we've done is a baseball game. But that was really awesome also.
And what area do you live? You said, was it Virginia or somewhere in that area?
We're in Northern Virginia, about an hour away from DC.
Yeah. I saw your Orioles hat there, so I was kind of curious if that was.
We didn't have the Nationals when I was growing up, so I was always an Orioles fan. And, kind of a tough division in this area because like people that are a certain age are Nats fans, and then some people just abandon the Orioles. So it's tough. It's an interesting minefield. Football? You like watching football? But when you say football, you mean like the NFL, like the Jets? Are the Jets your team? So
we were talking Jets. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he likes. This is really weird. So, was I right when we were talking about earlier? Okay, so I don't think Donald likes watching like good football teams. Like he likes watching the train wreck ones. Like he likes the drama. Like
So you just enjoy seeing what kind of a mess that they can make. Like for
exactly.
Yeah.
You can already zero in on what team he likes to watch. It's the New York Jets, the New York Football Jets. He enjoys them because it's such a massive train wreck, and he just laughs. He just laughs the whole time that they're on.
Well, I have to say they were a bigger train wreck last year than I can remember in a while. So that was interesting.
They're making it an art form. Like every year, you're just like, how are they going to do this time?
They can't possibly make it any more dramatic than that, can they? And then they find a way to do it.
They have artistry.
Yeah. When I was younger, I was a huge Cowboy fan. In recent years, I've kind of like I'm still with the team, but I'm not invested like I was before, just because they are such a mess, within their own situation. But yeah,
I'm a Commanders fan.
It's hilarious actually to see how bad they can mix things up.
Yeah, it's I think part of it is just the drama, like now with the Jets. I think a lot of people just tune in just that. I think if their team actually did start doing good, they wouldn't know how to react like the Commanders.
Right.
I'm still kind of like struggling with this newfound success. It's interesting.
That was a really good year too.
It was great. It was a great year. I don't even know how to process that because we've had so many terrible seasons. And Donald laughs at him too. We laughed at the Commanders for a while, but it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, like I wanted them to do well so long. It's like now it's here, and I don't know. I don't even know what to do with it. It's a lot to process.
Newfound success is a big deal when you have it. You're just like that one season when it happens, you're just latching on to every moment the whole way through. It seems like so. It's a roller coaster.
It is.
But yeah, when I saw your Orioles too, I have a little 4-year-old nephew that. He's starting up a T-ball team, and that's the team they adopted was those colors and that uniform and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool to see.
It's an iconic. I love the cartoon bird. I've liked it ever since I was a kid. I've kind of just kept it, that's one reason I don't think I could ever switch to the Nats because, yeah, the cartoon Oriole, you can't, it's an iconic, logo. That's what,
Well, that's awesome though. Like that sports thing, that connection is pretty fun, especially if you have different teams too. I'm sure there's some little back and forth going on there too, little
oh yeah,
comments and things. Yeah, yeah, that's really
oh yeah.
good. And you were talking a little bit about, you said food earlier too, like
Oh,
gaming and tailgating, that kind of thing.
we like to eat a lot because, like, I'm a runner, and Donald does sports, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, we get down with the food, man.
yeah. Any kind in particular, just kind of everything.
Mr. Barbecue, that's your thing, Mr. Barbecue.
Start there.
Yeah. So Donald does like going to Mission Barbecue a lot, and then what else? Starbucks. He likes Starbucks a lot, and what else? Another one, man.
Guilty there too.
I think mainly Mission Barbecue and Starbucks, but just like we just Chick-fil-A also, right? Yeah, Chick-fil-A. We yeah, especially like as Dave program, if they bring in food, we're just like,
oh yeah. Yep.
We're animals.
All good options there, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
He loves Chipotle. That's one of his go-tos.
Oh, really? Nice. Well, do you have any thoughts on the Chipotle guy going over and taking over Starbucks? Did you guys hear about that at all?
What?
I think it was like what the CEO or something switched from Chipotle to Starbucks. It's pretty hilarious.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't remember when it happened, but I've been like Starbucks is gradually making all these random changes, and I'm like, this doesn't seem like the same company anymore. So yeah, it's interesting.
Hey, wait, that burrito wasn't on the menu before.
Yeah, like why are there coffee beans in this burrito? Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, but yeah, I go for the coffee and a few of their other things too. So definitely relate there.
I got it. Donald likes frappuccinos. I like coffee myself, but Donald does not like coffee. He likes the vanilla bean frappuccino.
The dessert based ones. Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Donald's good too.
Well, that's really cool. I was kind of thinking of switching gears a little bit into kind of the idea of mental health, some of the things maybe you both experienced, and I would imagine both of you together have gone through, maybe processed, overcome things together in a different way too, possibly.
Yeah, so like just a prime example of when he didn't have his chair, and I have a hip injury, so he can't run.
Yeah.
This happens a lot, I think, with like our dynamic. We're both going through, like, we're struggling with certain things. And like we kind of just balance each other out. Like I was bummed out I couldn't run and he couldn't play soccer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, we kind of commiserate together and find other stuff to do. But like the cool thing with Donald, and this helps me out a lot, he's like generally a happy guy, and like there's other stuff he can fall back on. He loves the police, as you can see through this room, police, military.
Oh yeah.
We'll go do we'll go visit them, or like, go to the Marine Corps Museum. That's something awesome right here that Donald can go to at all times, and he knows it like inside and out because we've been there so many times.
Yeah.
And then helicopters, Donald loves helicopters, as you can see. So like he loves playing sports, but if we need to, like, we're not able to play.
Yeah, some backup plans. Yeah,
we got plenty of backups, but don't get started. Like, I love running. That's in my heart. I get sad if I can't do it. And same thing with soccer with them.
Very true.
For the goal in soccer, even like a random goal, he looks like he just like saved the galaxy. Like he blew up the Death Star, dude.
Well, in a certain point of view, right?
Yeah. I love it. I love seeing him fired up like that, and it gets me fired up.
I think that really touches on something important too, that the fact that you also were going through basically a disability because of your hip, right? Like I've always thought that it's kind of this link between just people in general. Like at some point, we don't know how long or when or what's going to be the reason, but we're going to deal with disability in some way regardless, right? So like that's still, regardless of how severe it could be or whatever, there's still that relatability. Like, like we have these bodies that break down that don't always work, and we have to figure out what else can you do, how else can you spend the time, and then keep adapting. So I think I'd love to hear your thoughts kind of on that, and how disability is kind of shared.
I think one thing like that Donald bounces me out with, definitely mental health. I mean, Donald's like the happiest guy I know. I mean, he's always smiling, and I think, especially I have had a very rough 2025 so far. Just like just a lot of stuff's happened in my life, a lot of changes, and I think just
big life events, yeah.
Is positive and resilient and doesn't let things get to him. That definitely helps me out a lot. And yeah, Donald, I appreciate what you've done for me, man. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely clear. That's a really good friendship you guys got going on. That's really awesome. I got to think when you're talking about visiting, you said like police and military and stuff like that. So are there any like volunteering events? Are there any collaborative things you guys have done with them or vice versa over the years? Or is that something you maybe would like to do one day?
So, I mean, just today we went to, Don goes to the coffee with the cop. Like, we go to all the police events possible.
Oh, nice.
At National Night Out, that's his thing. Because like everybody's there, the military, the government agencies, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like Donald basically, I mean, you basically are a cop, man. he's always at a police station or somewhere, a military. Yeah, I mean, like he definitely, I mean, yeah, he when it comes to collaboration, I would say like they probably consider him like if you were just to walk in a police station, like, oh, it's Donald, whatever.
Yeah, he's just like an honorary policeman with the rest of the guys there. Yeah.
And I think it's kind of the same dynamic that I have because like being a police officer is a hard job. I mean, no matter what, you're going to get somebody angry at you for doing your job. Whether it's justified or not, you're going to make people upset. But like for somebody like Donald that comes in, it's like smiling and happy to see a police officer. I mean, I think that does a lot for their mental health too. So it's not just me, like Donald. I think you help out a lot of other people, and that's why they let you in there all the time because you make them happy.
Obviously, they must really enjoy it and get a lot out of it to keep you coming in.
He's the PR guy. I tell the police all the time, like he doesn't like to talk. So he's out there. He'll run you over. He'll run them over.
That's kind of like advocacy and mental health in action, just day to day, right? Like, just it doesn't have to be some big thing. It's just that consistency, being involved and like telling your story and being around them. I think would be, just huge by itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Donald definitely helps out. I think a lot of people that might be having a bad day, if he comes in smiling and happy to see them. I mean, he treats like law enforcement like rock stars basically. So like I think even on the worst day, if you see Donald coming smiling, wanting to hang out, I think that that helps.
Yeah, no doubt at all about that.
It helps me. Like I'll come in there like I don't want to get into my stuff. Donald, like he helps me a lot with the stuff I do.
Just the energy that is in the room, right? Like that's kind of, I mean, that's one of the biggest things you can have, in my opinion. Just that right away, you kind of have that feeling, regardless of, I mean, it's unspoken really too. I'm curious, like in all of your like travels, adventures, anything, are there like some highlight stories or like really memorable things that come to mind over the years?
So we do so much. I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like just day to day, like it's, I mean, like just today, for example, I mean, like we went to the coffee with the cop. He found out he got his chair back, so that was just like an epic day. No matter what happens, like him knowing that he got his chair back, it was gonna
be. Did he know to start the day, or was that something that was just kind of a surprise later?
Yeah, the new motion came, and like I told Don, I was like, it might not be ready today because they got a lot of stuff to do on it, but like I hope that they do, but if not, we'll figure it out. If there's other stuff we can do, but as soon as we got the word, like we went from coffee to a cop, back here, got the chair, we went directly to soccer. How long we played now? Like 2 or 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, we played for a long time, but he still wants to play more though. He's like, let's keep playing. And
ready to go back out. Yeah. What is your setup like where you live? And is it like, do you have a partial field? Do you have lighting? Like, what's your sort of practice?
There's a pickleball court nearby.
Okay.
That we're playing at. It's fenced in, so the ball can't get away from Donald. It's right there. It's safe, and Donald can just like maintain control over the ball and everything inside of there. It's a great setup.
Nice. That sounds like fun. And you can pretty much access it almost any time then when you have the chair back. You mentioned New Motion, by the way. I know that I've had experience with them in New Mexico when I lived there, and then now I'm in the Tennessee area. But I'm curious, like what has your interaction been like with them and bringing the chair out and like that whole dynamic?
I mean, usually it's been pleasant. The only time that we've had like I don't want to say even disconnected with or whatever, just this last time when he didn't have the chair, because that's tough. I mean, like I've been a caregiver since 2021, and we've never had a situation where he hasn't had a chair, unless it was like something minor or something like that. But for the most part, he's always had a chair. So, I mean, that was kind of tough. But I mean, all's forgiven now. You got it right.
Right.
You got it back right now.
You probably mentioned it before, but did you, or do you want to share like what exactly was going on with the chair? Was there something that broke, or was it just replacing?
Yeah, wiring, right, Donald? Like there was something like really like
something electronic with it.
Donald's like, I mean, they don't make chairs like. I think no matter what chair they make, there's not a chair that's like gonna be Donald proof, because he's an athlete. True. He likes to go hard. He likes to do his thing.
Well, I mean, you have an active lifestyle, right? Like that's just automatically gonna have some wear and tear with it, like a car, basically.
Yeah, I mean, he needs, if anything, like it's almost like shoes for runners. Like he needs like something just dedicated to sports, like a chair just dedicated to sports, and then another one to like go to be able to go around in, because that's the thing that's tough. If he uses like his regular chair and it gets broken doing sports, then he has to deal with that, like going to like meetings and stuff like that, or just day to day, and that that gets in the way. But he definitely should be able to do a sports though. There shouldn't be any kind of like, there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to pursue that because he loves it. It's just,
Right.
makes Donald.
And that actually makes me think that maybe you could eventually get into some like product development testing with Permobile or something in the future, because I'm sure that there's things that they could include as features and put into it that would be just.
I can already see what I was thinking about. They're going to design a chair. They call it like the Donald, like the Michael Jordan speaker.
Yeah.
It's just the
It'll
Donald.
be the signature. Yeah.
It's really it's an all around sports chair. Use it for soccer or whatever.
And then like maybe have an adaptive logo or something just for those like wheelchair sports or something.
Silhouettes on it, like scoring a goal.
That would be pretty great, actually.
I actually hope that, as I'm saying it, I actually hope that happens. That would be amazing.
Totally. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, honestly, that's a legitimate need, is people to actually put the chairs through, like a rigorous test to make sure that everything is working. And it's not just like your basically replacement for legs. It's not just for traveling or moving. It's for other parts of your life, obviously, that, like recreation or work, whatever you use it for. Like it's not just for moving from point A to point B, for sure.
He's probably a great person for somebody like to monitor that, just to kind of see, like, just to like look at how the chair works, because he puts it all out there every day. He does a lot of various activities, visiting people, playing sports. I mean, anything you think of, he's constantly. I mean, the only time like he's not doing something is when he's sleeping, basically, right? Though, I mean, like he's always doing something. He's a fun life. I love being in it.
Always active, just constantly, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
I'm kind of the same way too. I think that's another reason why we get along, because I like to run a lot. I like to do sports. Donald and I are very similar to that. I can't sit still ever, and I don't like being inside. I like being outside, doing stuff, meeting people, and just living life.
Right. No, I totally understand that, and I even with the Zoom meetings and podcasting and everything, I find that just the opportunities to connect with different stories and people is such a big thing, and that's I mean, staying active is huge. I think regardless of where you're at. And your hip, is it like healing up okay? Have you had to use any like adaptive or any kind of equipment to help with that? Or
kind of got me today a little bit. No, we were playing soccer a little bit today, and like it did start acting up.
Yeah.
So it's getting there, but I think it's going to take at least another. So Donald's PT also looked at it. She thinks at the time, like when I first went there, she said 2 to 3 months. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, I'm getting there now, but like I still feel something. But I've got a race in another week, and I'm going to do it no matter what, because I'm pushing somebody for Ainsley's Angels. I don't know who it is yet. I haven't been assigned to the person yet, but I want to be out there with Donald. I mean, I'm not going to be able to keep up with him, but I want to be out there with everybody.
Just be there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great community. I want to help somebody have a good day. No matter how fast I'm going, I'm going to make sure they're have the best day possible.
Exactly. Just getting out and going through the whole thing. That sounds like a really good event coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. He loves it. He gets fired up because he gets to show everyone who he is. He gets out there, he has a smile, and then his dad crush it.
Wow, that's really great. Well, hopefully that all goes well again. And before I know you guys are probably wanting to get back out, maybe play a little bit more soccer or something. But as far as like any other things you wanted to mention or tell about your story, and then how people can reach out and get involved, learn more about what you're doing.
So definitely check out Ainsley'sAngels.org. That's a wonderful organization for anyone that wants to help push somebody awesome like Donald through a race, promote inclusion. Definitely check out Ainsley's Angels. Donald's going to be having a fundraiser for the Marine Corps Marathon soon, the big Marine Corps Marathon in Washington, D.C. That's Donald's favorite race. He loves the Marine Corps Marathon. So when that comes up,
that's kind of the biggest one for the year.
Yeah, Donald loves it so much because, again, Donald loves law enforcement. He loves police. He loves Washington, D.C. because it's a giant monument basically, and it's got the military there. So like Donald loves running through it, and it makes him really happy. And he's doing a fundraiser for Ainsley's Angels, so keep an eye out for that. And you definitely follow this guy on Instagram. He's Donald Grant Harms. Yeah.
Yep. I found both of you on there, so I'm definitely gonna put that information for the audience.
Complete inspiration. I don't know anybody more inspirational than Donald. I mean, he's tough. He gives it all every single day. That's all you could. He does everything that you want to do in life. Basically, I respect the guy. That's why I'm his caregiver. I look up to him.
Well, that's such a really cool, story, and I know that you're going to keep doing amazing things, both of you, and I'm definitely looking forward to finding out more as we go along, for sure. And maybe we can have another follow up after some of these events and stuff too, and share your experience with that.
You want to talk about Marine Corps Marathon after you do it? You want to talk about it? Yeah, you could could do one with it. It's metal. I'll show you real quick.
Yeah.
He's got a rock wall, and this is just an example of how awesome the metals are.
See, this is why it's good that you're both there together, so we can actually see some of these things in person.
Donald loves the Marine Corps medal. I mean, it's like,
Oh wow, that is really
it's
cool.
probably one of the best marathon medals out there. He loves wearing them, like especially like after. That's the cool thing about Donald doing races, like like the medal Monday and everything. He goes in the program wearing his medal, like what?
Yeah.
He gets fired up. I love seeing it. He wears the race shirt and everything. It's awesome. He really gets into it. I
Well, I mean, you should like wear and show off some of that.
Love it.
Like
I
the
took
swag, right?
to pick up his bib. He had a great time. He's so social. He goes up to everybody and talks to him, and yeah, hanging out with Donald's fun. He's made me like come out of my shell a lot because like when I first started hanging out with Donald, I was kind of scared to talk to people as much as you do, and now like it's kind of just like all right,
There's no problem at all there, huh? Yeah,
not scared anymore.
That is so cool. That's great that you pulled him out of his shell a little bit that way, Donald.
Yeah, he's extremely social. Like today, also, everybody that walked by while he's playing power soccer, he engaged with conversation with. It was fun.
Well, that's very cool. I appreciate you guys coming on so much, and I'll definitely let you know when things are going to show up. And yeah, look forward to visiting some more as we go.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Now we'll give you updates on his life and things going on for sure.
Great.
All adventures.
Well, that's good to hear. I hope you will have a good night. We'll stay in touch.
Thanks.